All right, coming in at number 2, Michael Misa. What a stud. Unbelievable season for Michael Misa, really showing that he is an elite talent all over the ice. And funny that he's number 2 because San Jose holds the second overall pick. And just to jump into it, Elite Prospects has him shades of Macklin Celebrini.
Yeah, that tells you how good this is, Ross. I would say Michael Misa is an exceptional player, even so that he was the 8th exceptional status player in the CHL, joining some pretty high caliber names, and for a good reason. 65 games, 62 goals, almost a goal per game, 72 assists, 134 points in 65 games, so a 2-point per game guy. He also had 3 points in 4 playoff games, but he did get hurt there. He was the captain of the Saginaw Spirit, and this kid's been good ever since he got to the OHL, which confirmed or validated their decision to give him exceptional status. He's been above point per game pace for all 3 of his OHL seasons, including his rookie year.
To me, it's the amount of progression even beyond that, because we've seen exceptional status players before, and a lot of them end up going first overall. John Tavares comes to mind, Connor McDavid, Aaron Ekblad,
Bedard.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype around yourself. But when we spoke to Cam Robinson on our NHL mock draft, which you can check out on YouTube, he just says there's a quiet confidence about Michael Misa. And I think that's what you want in these superstar type players, that just, they know that they're better than everyone, but he doesn't play the game that way. His compete level's off the charts. He's the first guy in the offensive zone. He's creating loose pucks. He's getting his teammates involved. He is the all-around complete player of this draft. I don't think there's a forward even close to him. Respect to Porter Martone and Desnoyers and O'Brien and Martin and all these great players who bring specific skill sets to the game. Each individual one does their own thing. Michael Misa is pretty much as good as all of those players' best attributes, but he has them all.
Yeah, agreed. And like we'll talk about the offense, but even defensively and off the puck, Ross, Scott Wheeler compliments his play off the puck, saying he finishes his checks. He's got good defensive instincts on interceptions and support. He led the league in shorthanded points. His vision is just incredible. He's reading plays before they happen. Like, it's the classic saying, he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. He's playing 3D chess while everybody else is playing checkers. He's just so smart, and he started this year off hot. How about a 14-game point streak with 28 points in that stretch? Like, this kid is just absolutely amazing, and the scouts agree. EP scout polls gave him best offensive forward, best transition forward, best two-way forward, and the highest floor. Do you notice something here, Ross? He's the best offensive forward, he's the best transition forward, and he's the best two-way forward. So if you're looking for a forward that's the best, Michael Misa is your guy. And maybe I'm crazy, Ross. Michael Misa is my number 1 ranked player of this draft. Now we'll get to the guy that unanimously is number 1 from most scouts, but for me, there's no one with bigger, better potential than Michael Misa.
And a lot of the scouts are just a shade below you. Elite Prospects, McKean's Hockey, Locked On NHL Prospects, Corey Pronman, Scott Wheeler, and Craig Button, all at 2nd overall. Bob McKenzie at 3. But again, that's his midterm rankings. Tonight, Bob McKenzie will be doing his final NHL draft rankings, and I'll be shocked if Misa is not 2 on that list. Dude, look at these point totals. They're ridiculous. Ridiculous. Almost a goal per game in the OHL. Now, Saginaw, wagon. Obviously, Zane Parekh on the back end producing a ton of offense for them. They struggled in the first round of the playoffs. Misa was no different, but they also were dealing with Misa having an injury, and he missed Game 5, the final game of that series against the Erie Otters. Misa had 3 points in 4 games and was -10. A lot of blowout losses in that series. But I don't think scouts are going to think twice about that. They're going to look at the body of work of the entirety of not only the season, but the way that he's come up through the ranks as always the top player, and just the mindset that you have to have when you're in that circumstance, the expectations that you know you have to be the best player on the ice for your team to win. I'm confident this guy is going to be an NHL star as soon as 2 years from now.
I think he'll be a star right away, Ross. This is a guy
Wow.
I see him stepping into the NHL and having success. Not at the level of Macklin Celebrini or Bedard, but I don't think he's going to step into the NHL and you say, maybe you rushed him. And even a scout on EP said, this isn't a guy you move to college for his development. This is a guy you move to the pros. And I think he can play center in the NHL today.
Took the question right out of my mouth. So we'll see where Michael Misa ends up. I selfishly want to see him in San Jose. I just think he would be the perfect final piece of that core group of prospects with Celebrini and Smith, and even his teammate in the OHL, Igor Chernyshев, who had an unbelievable season with Saginaw as well coming over. So I don't know how much that would play into it. I don't think it needs to, but it's a nice bonus that that he's got some familiarity with Chernyshев. You know how well Chernyshев did when he joined the Saginaw Spirit? And he can probably thank Michael Misa for this a little bit. He was an early second-round pick of the San Jose Sharks, I want to say last year, if not 2 years ago for them. I'm just pulling it up right now, but I wouldn't make you wait on something like this if it wasn't the most ridiculous stat I've seen in some time. Yeah, Chernyshев was last season's first overall pick of the second round. In 23 games with Saginaw, he had 55 points this past season.
Yeah.
So Michael Misa makes his teammates better. Not that
Big time.
Chernyshev's not good himself, but this guy is going to change the trajectory or enhance it of whatever team he goes to. Michael Misa is also 6'1", 185 pounds, and turned 18 in February. He's a left shot centerman with an average rank of 2.14. Michael Misa comes in at number 2 on our Locked On Senators NHL draft rankings.